and border management practices.
The member's time has expired.
I therefore commend this bill to the House.
Mr Speaker.
I call Todd Muller.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And can I first acknowledge you and the Chair? It's the first time I've spoken with you sitting in the Speaker's chair, and I'm delighted that you have found that position. I'm sure you'll do it very well, sir. It's a great privilege to be able to speak on the Customs and Excise Bill. As the former chair of the Foreign Affairs, Defence and Trade Select Committee, which ushered this through with the support of Ministers Wagner and McIndoe, and we ran a huge process, and it's so entertaining to see the government now embracing it as its own. I mean, we had Reno Terakatne, he attended most of our sessions. He represented the Labor Party. There was Barry Coates, he's no longer here, and Fletcher Tabato. Sometimes, understandably found it a little bit dense, but we drove this process because it was absolutely critical to do so, sir. And this is the report back from the Select Committee, and it came back for its second reading. We went through the House and would have been progressed to third reading, except the previous government had so much on the order paper that it wanted to progress, it didn't quite get there. And you're right, Angie. In 2009, the then National Government did pass 7 bills that were on the Labor Party's order paper. But it wasn't our entire work program. The Labor Party's program didn't dominate the government's agenda as you guys have over the last 2 weeks. It's just such a privilege to be able to be here and speak in bills that we had worked on, that we're driven through on behalf of the wider community, and get the support of both parties, step through all this detail to a pretty granular level, get that support, and now as we sit here, the Labor government has just afforded it a priority, acknowledging their ministers as heavy lifting through hours of work on this, and at the last 3 or 4 strides to the finish line say, well, what a great job by the government. We all know it has been a great collective effort by the 51st Parliament to get this through. Across all parties contributed to that through the leadership of the ministers of the National Government, and it's why this side of the House is so pleased to be able to add our voice to a bill that works for New Zealand. And Mr Speaker, I too commend this bill to the House. Thank you.
Yeah, well said. Well said.
Te whare.
I call Lewis a wall.
Tēnā koe te māngai o te